Have you ever really thought about what it takes to build a resilient life? I mean, not just getting by, but actually thriving when things get tough? Well, today, we're going to break down a pretty powerful blueprint from former First Lady Michelle Obama. And this isn't just about inspiration. It's a real practical toolkit for building a stronger you. It really all starts with this one core idea: hope. But look, this isn't some passive, wishy-washy thing. It's an active belief. Michelle Obama says this is the fuel that got her and her husband through, well, everything. It's this foundational idea that if you're actually willing to put in the work, a better future isn't just possible, it's something you can go out and build.
Okay, so that's a fair question, right? It's one thing to believe in something better, but how do you start? What's the very first step on that path?
And that brings us right to the first piece of the blueprint, really understanding the power of hope. Because in her view, hope isn't just a feeling you have. No, it's an active strategy. It's the engine that's going to power everything else we talk about. Think about it this way. Hope is what allows us to climb up above all that noise and negativity, right? Whether that noise is coming from the outside world or, let's be honest, from inside our own heads. It's the tool that helps you tune out all that doubt and focus on what's possible instead of what's limiting you.
And this isn't some abstract concept. It's super grounded in real life. For Michelle Obama, she saw it in her own father. He got up every single day for a really tough job at the city water plant. And he was fueled by this belief that his kids' lives could be better than his own. That's real, tangible hope in action. So, you've got hope. That gives you the vision. But how do you make it real? Well, that's where the practice of hard work comes in. This is the part where belief actually turns into action.
Now this is such an important point. So many of us think the goal is to just get rid of all our doubts completely. But what Obama suggests is that's just not realistic. Even she has doubts. The real key isn't to erase them, it's to get better at managing them, to keep moving forward despite them. So how do we build that muscle for managing doubt? Through growth. And growth here gets a really specific definition. It's not something that just happens to you. It's the direct result of facing a challenge, of staring down a fear and doing it anyway. It's that feeling you get on the other side when you realize, wow, I actually did that. And this right here might be the most empowering idea in this whole section. If you've ever told yourself, I'm just not a hard worker, this changes everything. Because hard work isn't some gift you either have or you don't. It's a skill. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It's a choice you make, day after day. Okay, so we've got hope, and we're committed to the practice of hard work. But to get anywhere, you need a compass, an internal guide. This next part is all about building that inner foundation, about really knowing who you are.
I mean, think about it. The world will constantly try to put you in a box, right? To define you based on a quick glance or a single assumption. The only way to push back on those labels from the outside is to have a stronger, clearer definition of yourself coming from the inside.
And this breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have that limited box. That's all the labels and doubts other people throw at you. But on the other side, that's your reality. That's your true character, your intentions, your truth. The goal is to live so firmly in your reality that that little box just kind of becomes irrelevant. So here's the bottom line. Knowing yourself isn't just some navel-gazing exercise. It's a practical necessity. It's like building your own armor. Because when you are solid in who you are, the criticism, the smack talk, it just loses its sting. You can hear it and you can just brush it right off your shoulder because it doesn't match your truth.
All right, so once you know who you are, the next logical step is to protect that person. After you build up that internal strength, you gotta create an external environment that supports it. In other words, it's time to get the haters out.
And here's the game plan. It's all about making conscious choices. You surround yourself with goodness. You actively learn to remove those negative influences, the haters. You go out and find the people who lift you up. And you know what happens then? By clearing out all that negative energy, you make room for the right people, the ones who are out there just waiting to love and support the real you. All right, let's dive into our final section. We've talked about your mindset, your actions, and your environment. This last piece is all about building the tangible skills that create real competence, because competence is what builds that lasting, unshakable confidence. This is basically the path to mastering communication, which is so fundamental to, well, everything. And notice the theme, right? It's all about practice and process. Read stuff that challenges you, not just the easy things.
Understand that writing is rewriting. A first draft is just a starting point. That page covered in red ink, that's not failure, my friend. That is progress. And finally, practice using your voice. Stand tall, speak clearly. The more you do it, the more those nerves just melt away. And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question to think about. If hope is the fuel, and hard work is the engine, and knowing yourself is the compass, well then every single day is a practice session. Every choice you make is a rep. So the question isn't just what you want to be, it's who are you actively practicing to become, starting right now.